This is Urdizzle back again with another daily tournament recap for the tournament ending on June 12th. And so going through my bag, I've got my usual accurate windbreak fuse, my accurate windbreak musket, which I actually don't use this round, the accurate glide musket, which I use I think 4 or 5 holes, so it's going to be prominent in my bag, and then the windbreak extra glide recoil, the light glide ballista, and my roller ballista, my roll turn. And those last three I'm only going to use on one hole. So this layout is heavy in the par 3. So hole 1, I'm going to go with my accurate glide musket. And this one takes a little bit longer to grind because it is quite a tricky shot for a par 3. And so you always want to get the hole 1 ace if you're doing the daily tournament. And this one definitely was a bit harder than some of the other ones. Hole 2, this one, I don't find that this is a very reasonable shot to try to ace run, especially with a wind of 3 going right to left. So I just played my accurate glide musket up there again, just playing for the birdie. I mean, you could, I suppose, use your light glide ballista, but that's going to be a very, very tricky hole to ace. So I am definitely not going for that. Hole 3, on the other hand, I'm going to throw my sidearm fuse that I use quite a lot. And this one, you got to tweak the aim a little bit because of the wind, even though it doesn't have a huge effect. But this is one you most certainly want to get, and I was very happy with that. So my guess is a lot of people are going to skip hole 1 but get hole 3. Hole 4, we're now switching to windswept, and this, again, I'm using that accurate glide musket. And I love that because the right to left wind is just going to push that out to the left and avoid the water. If you use the accurate windbreak musket, there's a chance that the wind will not push it a lot and you'll end up possibly in the water or just in a less than ideal spot. So again, I'm not really trying to ace run that, just get the birdie and get out. Hole 5, on the other hand, I am trying to ace. So if anybody beats me, I can see them possibly getting this one. So I'm going to throw a sidearm, again, the accurate glide musket. So I've used that already multiple times. And that one wasn't really close, but I have aced that before. Not necessarily in this wind, but that's definitely possible to get. And that was a bit more of a tester than I was hoping to have coming back, but I was able to hit that. And that's the risk you run. If you want to ace run a hole, you might have a long comebacker. And so this is the hole that was giving me the most problems, hole 6. And I ended up going roller because there's a headwind of 5 left to right, and I was not getting anywhere close to the hole. And this roller worked out very, very, very well. But rollers in general, when you have a very strong wind like this one, have a tendency to pop up off the ground. And if they do that, the wind will just blow it way off to the left or right. And I was having a lot of issues where I ended up on the right hill, and I had basically no shot for eagle. So this one, even though I almost missed the putt there, that was definitely the hardest hole of all of them. Hole 7, we're now shifting to harrowing, and this one I just used my recoil. So I used the roller disc on the last one, and that's the only time. And then this is the only time I'm going to use the recoil. And pretty standard hole. I won't call this one a gimme, but this is really not a difficult hole with a recoil. And then hole 8, I'm going to use the accurate glide musket. And this one, I'm hoping to get out there enough that I could give it a run for eagle. Anywhere around that rock or a little short is nice. I really would have liked to be about 10, 20 feet to the left to put me inside about 210. But this one, I feel like I have a shot at it. And so I am going to go ahead and run it, even though I've got a good run going through this round. And just not quite what I needed to. A little short and a little left. But again, I like the 912 version because you can just kind of throw it up there and it'll hit that backstop and not really worried about going out of bounds. And then hole 9... this one, there's a lot of different plays. With this wind going left to right, I'm going to play just a big stall shot. So I'm going to turn it over and just let it drop. And this one carried a little bit too far for me, and I thought there was a chance it might slide OB, but it did not. Settled nicely at 69 feet. And with a headwind of 2, I mean, normally I'd say this is a gimme, and notice I almost left that a little too high. I've been missing those lately, so I definitely did not feel confident that I was going to make that. So with about an hour left, that puts me in a tie for first, and I'm pretty sure that's going to hold. I'm just not seeing anybody shoot a 14 under on that layout. Someone else might sneak in and shoot a 13 along with myself and D-Bargs, but pretty sure that will hold. So pretty tricky layout with some difficult par 3s to ace, but it's always nice to mix those in to counter some of the layouts that are heavy in par 4s, kind of like the the layout from yesterday. So hopefully you enjoyed, and I will be back sometime soon.